now. United takes his time. About to check outside the game. You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. I'm well, here it's fine if you got the time and the chance to get yourself and here it's time.
Hello and welcome to SportsVision, the magazine. Special edition this week, as we're going to show you highlights of the Bradley-Cleveland wrestling match that occurred Tuesday night. And what an exciting time that was. Bradley-Cleveland, it's always exciting when they get together. Wrestling, basketball, football.
And this is just a little bit of a tease, because we're not going to really kind of show you all the outcomes. We're going to show you some highlights. And then you get to watch the actual match coming up, and we're going to show you at the end of the show on screen. So be ready to watch this.
Yeah, we'll give you the time.
Regular SportsVision and all the action of all the different sports will be covered next week. Let's take a look at some of these great highlights. It was exciting. Bradley-Cleveland, two of the best players.
Grappling.
Wrestler in the state of Tennessee, Matt Keller. We've got Matt Morgan for Cleveland, Matt Morgan, a junior, Matt Keller, a senior, going for a fourth straight title. The guy's just kind of a machine, and Matt Morgan is going to do well just to go the match with him now.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Matt Morgan having to come out and start with somebody like Matt Keller here. But Morgan is quite a competitor for Cleveland. He's a whole lot better than what he's going to look right here, because he's going against the top. I think Keller's rated 6th in the country right now.
Well, he really is, and he lives, breathes, and eats it. But Matt Morgan, as you say, if anybody's going to go out there, there's a no quitting that kid right there, and he's in there going to fight all the way. But quite honestly, probably well overmatched here with Matt Keller. And Matt is getting on a wrist and a half on him, trying to tuck the head. Matt Morgan fighting to keep off his back, of course. And I believe the objective here is to not give up the 5 or 6 points.
That's exactly what I'd do if I was Matt Morgan right now. I would just slow it down. In fact,
Elsie hit him right off the bat.
Elsie's already hit him with a stall, but I'd give up 2 points right here if I was Morgan.
A very experienced referee out there, Donnie Elsie, we should mention, one of the best in the country and one of the best in the state of Tennessee. Matt Keller locks up a cradle right there with Matt Morgan, picks up 3 more points. We're 45 seconds to go in the first period. It's 7-1. And again, you can tell Matt Morgan is just trying to keep off his back right here, and that's really all he can do. I mean, regardless of what what you might think, there's not much he can do with the likes of Matt Keller, and he's going to do well to try to last the match here. At 140 pounds right here, we have got James Jackson of Cleveland versus Jesse Baker. We've got a sophomore versus a junior here. And Al, you mentioned the young team. Bradley actually has 8 sophomores starting, so they're going to be in business here for a couple years.
Well, Cleveland doesn't have a senior on the team, I don't believe.
They don't have a senior. They've got 2 or 3 junior. Bradley has 2 juniors starting at 135 and 152. And there's James Jackson. No doesn't
points.
Get to take. No, still no points, no control. And what a scramble! That's a good scramble.
That was a great scramble.
Both opponents right there had an opportunity to score.
Not close.
And we're at 145. They don't give us much time to commentate. We're going right back at it. This is Jonathan Morrow of Cleveland, the junior, versus sophomore Matt Spain. And Jonathan Morrow, the favorite in this match, based on experience and the length of time he's wrestled. Matt Spain stepped in when Matt Wagner left the team, Allen, at 145. Matt Wagner was a senior. That's who had the spot until a couple weeks ago, and they had wrestle-offs to see who would take his. He quit the wrestling team. Had some personal problems, and so Matt Spain is filling in.
Well, I tell you, Jonathan has he's had a broken hand, Mike.
That's right. He
just got his cast off a week and a half ago.
He don't want to tie. Matt Spain does not want to tie with Morrow. Morrow's awful strong.
Morrow can toss you, but Morrow's got a weak hand. I was over at the wrestling building. He's got it taped up. you know, and the arm was been in the cast for 6 weeks, and it's just a lot smaller. He's got one very weak arm right now. So
Jonathan Morrow, there's 2 for Jonathan on a shot by Spain, sprawled off. Cleveland was expected to win here. I would have considered the last match a toss-up going in. That Bradley's Dustin Catlett, unknown, beat Gaddis pretty good, and he is. I'm telling you right now, he'll be in the state finals if he wrestles his best, and he's going against a young.
He's a freshman.
And that is
Derek Harrison.
Derek Harrison.
Yeah, Derek is just a. This is probably Derek's second. Oh boy, what's that knee? This is probably Derek's third year wrestling, but he's a competitor, Mike. And he was on the junior high middle school team last year, and he was very impressive. He has really come a long ways.
And Dustin Catlett getting after it here, and probably the premier match of the night as far as what everybody would expect to be a great matchup on both sides. Follows this at 160 with Quinn Gibson and Nathan Jones, returning state champ and returning runner-up, and they had a 1-point match earlier in the season. Catlett right now is expected to take care of business here for Bradley.
So what year is Catlett?
Catlett is a junior. There's only 2 juniors on the entire team, and they're both in the starting lineup. Michael Cragen at 130 and Dustin Catlett at 152. There's 8 sophomores, and the rest are seniors. So Bradley is still awful young themselves. They'll have 10 returning starters next year. And that's that Cleveland, the junior class. Cleveland's full of juniors.
Cleveland's going to be strong next year. If they have a chance to beat Bradley next year.
Next year is the time. And then they'll lose those juniors, and then Bradley will have all these sophomores, seniors. So 12 now, the match of the night really as far as the marquee wrestlers. We got second in the state, Quinn Gibson. Bradley, we got number 1, first place in the state last year, Nathan Jones. Jones early in and on Gibson. Gibson steps over the top, and he ends up getting 2, no back points. He's got his 2. Great shot by Nathan Jones. Looked like he'd have control. Gibson rode right over the top of him. And right here, he's going to try to get a. Jones wants to have a potential, dangerous, and they call it. And that's good strategy. There's not a lot you can do offensively from down underneath there. So he wanted to get up.
Now, Nathan has come up from 152 to 160. So Quinn was at 160 last year, wasn't he?
He was at 152 behind Kevin Ward. Nathan was at 145.
Yes, that's correct.
That's cool. So 2 good wrestlers here, and I said it 3 times, but they are. Both these guys are great, and Quinn trying to get a cradle. Nathan's got good position there. It's not going to happen. It's 2-0, Quinn Gibson, and he doesn't allow the escape. And Jones faces him quickly. Quinn still trying to keep that ride, not to let a point go here. 1-point match last time, 6-5, I think it was.
Who won last time, Mike?
Quinn Gibson in the Bradley Invitational Finals. Quinn's ranked number 1, and Nathan Jones is ranked number 2, and according to my best rankings here
is that TennesseeMat.com?
Tennessee, yes, sir. And right here it is, Quinn and Nathan, 1 and 2 in the state. So you're seeing the best 2 fellas you can see.
Championship right
That's
here.
right. This is the same thing we may see in the state finals. And they're both placers, so they will split them up in the state tournament. One will be on one end of the bracket, the other one on the other side. So this match is, and you know what?
All right, we've got a cut. We're going to have a timeout to, looks like Nathan's been cut.
Well, let's
take time to mention for our viewers that they can go to www.TennesseeWrestling, that's 10, T-E-N-N wrestling.com.
All right, and with that, we'll check out for a quick commercial. We'll be right back. It's another close matchup, Alan. In the Bradley Invitational, these 2 met, Michael Hampton of Cleveland, Bryant Blackman. It was 3-1. So this is one of those toss-up matches like we've had.
Hampton's just a freshman, hadn't been wrestling that long, but a great athlete.
Blackman is sophomore. Yes, I've seen Hampton on the football field. Strong kid. And as you say, freshman. He's making his mark here for a first-time wrestler here on the high school squad. He wrestled last year on the 8th grade squad. He had Jake Nunley against us in our middle school match. But this figures to be real tight right here. Bryant Blackman, I'll tell you what, you probably, if you wanted to describe this for the fans out there, this is muscle versus slick. You know, Bryant's technique, slick, and he beat him on his slickness because he's not going to muscle Michael Hampton. And Michael Hampton's trying, of course, to get some throw or get him on his back because once he gets a hold of you, you're not getting away. So Blackman's got to be careful, and Michael Hampton just doesn't want to get technique here. And I believe, honestly, Bryant would probably feel comfortable 0-0 here because to get in, he'd have to take a deep shot. Hampton's going to be strong and hard to take down, and I think Bryant would rather have this match on the mat. We're headed to the #2 man in the state at 189 pounds, Breck Still of Bradley Central versus Drew Helmstetter of Cleveland. They've faced each other before. First period pinned by Breck Still. It scores team 16-14, and Bradley leading.
I'll tell you, Cleveland's in this match right now.
They are right now, and again, that run of
Drew Helmstetter here, Mike, he's lost about 30 or 40 pounds. He was heavyweight last year.
He wrestled Lee Jackson last year, so I mean,
that's right.
That's quite a down.
And he's come down to 189, and the guys down at 189 are just a lot quicker than what he's been used to, but he's been picking up. I think you could be surprised here.
Well,
I don't know if he's good enough to take the second guy in the state, but I'll tell you what, the 215-pounder dropped down to wrestle him at Cleveland, the boys from Notre Dame, and Helmstetter beat him.
Well, Breck Still is awful good. He's been dominating. He beat a guy at Justin Fanning. Oh, he got too high, and no score for anybody. Breck didn't finish that, and he throws Helmstetter to the mat. He should come over the head right there. He doesn't do it, and he's going to get his head out. There's two. And
they've eaten up a minute, though.
Still is a cradle master, and he is looking for that cradle right off the bat. He's a little high, gets himself steady, and Helmstetter's going to try to come to his feet. Still trying to lock it up, and there's the legs in. We'll see if we get the stalemate or if we get him down to the mat right here. Right.
Do when your cash is low and you need groceries.
Check into cash.
What's Check into Cash? It's a remarkable place to get instant emergency cash for a flat fee. Anytime you have an unexpected expense and need a payday advance, Check into Cash can make it happen. You write us a personal check and you get the cash you need instantly. My checking account's low. I can't get what we need. Go to Check into Cash. The next time you need quick cash, for whatever reason, go to Check into Cash.
Remember how you loved going to the local diner with your parents for an authentic French dip sandwich? No, you avoided going out with your parents. You were embarrassed by their matching sweatsuits. You must be thinking of Hardee's new authentic French dip sandwich. Roast beef carved to order, covered with Swiss cheese and piled high on a freshly baked roll. Perfect for dipping in our famous au jus sauce. Might want to take Mom and Dad through the drive-thru. Try Hardee's new French dip sandwich. Hardee's, the way food ought to be.
Our buildings and employees do more than take up space. We're more than just checkbooks and loan applications. We are part of this community, just as the community is part of us. Our people have been here for years. We've worked alongside you at the Heart Walk and United Way. We reinvest both time and money, which adds to the quality of life in Bradley County. Any bank can lend money. It takes a neighbor to lend a hand. First Tennessee. All things financial, all things Cleveland, all things community. Member FDIC.
Heavily favored in this match right here. We had a pin at this match, Alan, last time in the Bradley Invitational. Josh Bonham got in a throw situation. He's very good at that, and David Stampy paid the price. We'll see what happens.
Bonham's second in the state, isn't he?
Josh Bonham is,
first
I believe he's first. Let me find him. I think he's first. We're looking at...
he's been beat a couple of times in the public school, in the private school.
Josh Bonham, Jr. from Cleveland here is first, and now he's in a throw. David Stampy, I don't know about that, getting in a throw position with Josh Bonham, because Josh Bonham is very good at that.
What year is Stampy?
Stampy's a senior, so he's one of our 3 seniors as far as the Bradley Central squad goes that will be leaving, and he's getting in a throw spot here, and I don't like...
I wouldn't get in that.
I don't like
Bonham's
this.
legs are so
I don't like this.
There it is.
See, I wouldn't have done that. That's me. I knew that that's not the battle for Bradley right there. That's not the strategy, in my opinion. It is now 4-0. Cleveland, Josh Bonham, ranked #1 in the state, is going to let him up, and I would too. He feels good on his feet. This was a match that Cleveland was expected to win, pick up either 5 or 6 points, according to form at this point. Junior Josh Bonham, #1. This man has a chance to win too, Alan.
Yes, he could be the state champion.
He's a junior. He's in pretty deep. Stampy has a front head. Bonham very strong. Low center of gravity, fighting that off. And David Stampy back into that situation, and I'm telling you, And he's got a cradle. Now, is it good enough? We'll see. He's got it locked up. Can he do anything with it? Josh Bonham, so strong. And this would be a surprise, but no. Yes! Oh, my goodness.
I don't know anything about your heavyweight, but Hartness
Matt Bailey is a sophomore that, as you can tell, he's not really a true heavyweight. He's wrestling up from about 190 or less. He could go 89 if he could beat Breck Still. But he's up to about 190 some pounds, not cutting it all here. So he's giving away some weight. But you have a freshman in there, is that correct?
Yes, Josh Hartness, and we call him Hero Hartness. He got that name last year. He was a heavyweight for the middle school. Cleveland's only defeat last year in the middle school came from Baylor. Hartness had gotten pinned, so when we had the rematch, all Hartness had to do is not get pinned, and Cleveland won. Hartness came up with a new strategy, stalled out. Last few seconds he moved, and the guy rolled over, and Hartness pinned him.
Wrestlers. Another match that I kind of had the concept.
Cleveland had one of their football players out. I can't remember the guy's name, but first year, but a real athlete. I don't know what's happened to him. He didn't come back till after Christmas. But,
it was, there it is with Bailey now with 2 points for a takedown. Danny Coleman defeated Blake Tinsley at 103 pretty soundly at Cleveland Duels. It was pretty sound. It was about 14-3 or something. Danny Coleman, a freshman, very impressed with him. Very strong. He can be good at takedowns. Danny.
What grade is Blake Tinsley?
Sophomore. So we got a freshman. Again, two guys that are going to be going at it for a couple years. And Danny's ranked. Let me find my 103 here. He's third, I believe, second or third. Find Danny Coleman of Cleveland. A Coleman tradition. Matt Coleman, Josh Coleman, good wrestlers for the Cleveland Blue Raiders. And I'm trying to find my Danny Coleman spot.
Matt Coleman is helping with our kids program at Cleveland High School. Mike, I think the Bradley kids program's kicked off.
Blake Tinsley's got a single. Danny trying to fight it off, and he does. And now Danny's going to score off of it. No, he's not. They face it up. Scramble. Coleman ranked third in the state. And Blake Tinsley ranked fifth in the state. So we got two ranked wrestlers right here. Fresh John Cordell at 112 for Bradley. And you have Johnny Ramos of Cleveland.
Now Sean is rated #1.
Yes, he is. And he's a returning state champion, formerly at Red Bank. For those of you that
Oh, yes, I've heard about him. Y'all recruited him, didn't you?
I think so. I'll tell you what.
I believe his daddy just wanted him to come up here and go to school.
Whatever we did, or whatever their decision was, I sure hope we get a few more. Because this kid won the state last year as a freshman. He's ranked #1. Now I think he's going to have some good battles here.
What year is he?
He's a sophomore. He won it last year as a freshman. You and I called it. That was our first match. He's got him on his back. And he's very strong on top. He likes to run a bar, and you're going to see a bar here in a minute, I believe. He may try to run wrist snap. He's very strong with the bar, and we'll see. He's going to get that cross wrist. He's going to move over. He's going to try to work the bar in. He's got a minute to do it, and he runs it tough. He's actually stronger on top than he is really, I think, anywhere. There he did. He's just going to crank him. He's got him. Shoulders close, and he's may or may not. Now he slipped the arm through, so he survived. And then it's 8-1. So Ramos may make the first period here. Sean Cordell. It's Adam Raines. I've said all year he's on a mission. I think Adam Raines is going to be the state champion. I don't see anybody, and no disrespect to Pete Miller as a freshman. This young freshman will fight Adam Raines to the hilt.
What year? Oh, Don Elsey goes down, Mike.
I hope we got that on camera. I looked over at you.
I believe we do. We got it on camera. He went down. I almost hit on cheerleaders.
Adam is a senior, and Adam's father passed away here this past March and wanted to see his son win a state. Adam has placed twice, second last year, third the year before. As you'll see, very aggressive. Pete Miller outmanned and outmuscled here, and he'll fight. But I would.
What did they do last time they wrestled?
They haven't. This is their first meeting.
Well, since this is Bradley Cleveland and this is Coach Miller's son, I think that
Adam is a cradle specialist, and I'm telling you, I think it's going to be early because Adam. And I love Pete Miller, great wrestler, but Adam Raines is a pinner with that cradle, and he's taken one route to the state championship basically with one move, and he can't stop it. I mean, most people haven't been able to thus far anyway. We'll see. He's got a 5-0 lead. He's got it in again, and he runs it very, very well. And Adam Hank, his nickname is Hank. Ben Smith of Bradley's team a couple years ago thought he sounded like Hank Williams Jr. when he talked. A little thin guy, very deep voice, Alan. It's funny. It's almost comical to hear it. His voice sounds, you know, like Gomer Pyle used to sing, you know, very deep. But Pete Miller now scrambling just to keep the match tight and not give up 6. And again, good strategy for Cleveland. And Adam Raines trying to run the bar. He's trying to get a tilt right there, coming the other way. Is he gonna he's gonna step over. He's got the tilt, got him at Steiner tilt working, getting the 3 back points. And Adam's taking this the right way. If your man is not gonna wrestle you, but strategy-wise, you gotta try to tech him anyway, not let it keep close. And Pete doing what he should be doing for Cleveland. There's the cradle again, and this, I'm telling you, he's a pinner with that cradle. Now we're looking at Jake West of Bradley.
Is Jake rated number 1?
Jake was number 1. Ferris of Knox Farragut dropped down from 130. 130's got a lot of great guys in it, and Ferris dropped down, and he's ranked number 1, a senior out of Knox Farragut.
Well, this is Jonathan Jackson, the small.
Jake's already got him to his back, and Jake's going for a quick pin, going for the Rusty Blackman method right here.
Now,
Jake West to pin. Michael Cragen.
Jesse Odell.
Jesse Odell. Michael Cragen
is one of these guys that you just can't. He's an unorthodox wrestler, and that's some of the hardest wrestling you can do when you wrestle somebody that's real orthodox like he is.
Michael Cragen trying to work. He's been working quite a bit.
Is Michael rated number 1 this year?
Yes, he is. He's been trying to run the bar a lot lately, and I don't think he'll let a lot of time go by with trying to turn him. I think he'll go for a tech fall. We'll see what he does here, because I told him, hey, the man's going to do nothing but try
Michael's a junior, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And he's got legs in right now. He's looking to crank the false half. And he's got it in. Got to get the other toe in. He's got it in right now. We're going to try to arch him over and pin him in legs. And Michael is a junior. And see, as easy as he gets it.
Jesse's a freshman. He was one of the good wrestlers on the middle school last year.
As easy as he got that takedown, he should probably go for a tech fall right here, because, you know, Jesse's going to try to survive, basically, as far as not get turned over. And Michael Cragen did let him stay close right here. He needs to go. Oh, he cut him with 11 seconds left. That wasn't smart unless he finishes right here, which he will. He should go for the half right here. And then search for the half.
So it's into the first period, 3-1. I'm telling you, Odell is going to be a really tough wrestler. He had a brother that was real good that I understand he quit this year. He was about a junior. But Jesse is just, you know, doesn't have as much experience as Mike does, but he's...
now, Michael Cragen, if he's smart right now, he'll just run a tech, try to tech the guy. I'm hoping he will. He's trying to run the old wrist in half, and he's close, but, you know, if you're just trying not to get turned, sometimes you can survive that. And Jesse Odell trying to survive, and Michael trying to force it in there, and Odell not working on bottom, just trying to keep from getting turned. And there, it's close. It's close. Doesn't get it. Trying to force it. And all right, now
okay, they're telling him to cut him loose. So it's 6-2.
So for the tech fall right here, in my opinion, try to pin him on the last chance he gets.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be hard to pin Jesse Odell.
Shot by Cragen, doesn't finish it. Odell's got the sprawl. And Cragen's working his way up close to the shot, trying to finish, and there he's about got it right here. If he shoots the half right here, shoot the half, he misses it. 8-2, 20 seconds to go in the second period, 17 seconds left. And Odell trying to front head. Michael Cragen trying to tap right there. Out of it. There's a deep shot. He's got the 2. It's now 10-3.
Cleveland Chiropractic Clinic offers complete chiropractic care. Dr. Russell Smith and his friendly, dedicated staff can help relieve chronic back pain, neck pain, headaches, allergies, and also sport-related injuries. Cleveland Chiropractic Clinic has a licensed massage therapist on staff and 2 certified in-house x-ray technicians. Complete insurance filing is available and 24-hour emergency care. Phone 472-1140.
Man, I am running short on cash with the car repairs, and our wedding anniversary is coming up next week. I need some cash, fast. But from where? I know. Matt was telling me about how First Southern Cash Advance helped him.
May I help you?
He just wrote them a check, and he got the cash right away. That's easy. I can do that. Then First Southern holds your check until your next payday. It's quick, confidential, and helps take care of life's really important things.
First Southern Cash Advance. Cash when you need it most.
The employees of Duracell's 3 area facilities would like to give hearty congratulations to our 3 area high schools for excellence in academics and athletics. Rocker Valley High School, Cleveland High School, and Bradley Central High School. Keep up the good work, students. We are proud of you. From your local Duracell facilities, Mouse Creek, Tasso, and the Corporate Distribution Center and Warehouse. At Duracell, our people are our energy.
Dual meet.
Yep.
He won't do that in the region tournament. We got to be ready, and I know he's going to come out with anything goes, and we got to be ready for that. And we're going to do the same thing. I mean, we're going to come out throwing on some people. We know a couple of weight classes. The only chance we got is to pin them. We can't go 6 minutes. We don't have the technique and the experience and the age of some of the Bradley guys. So they know it too. You wrestle differently in a dual meet than you do in a tournament.
But give Cleveland tons of credit for that. You know, they took it to us in places where they needed to. They slowed the match down in places they needed to. You know, they knew that on top we had an advantage in some situations, and so they really slowed the match down, tried to not ball up and let us do anything, and we allowed that to happen. Yeah. We didn't cut them. We didn't force the issue on top enough. We weren't punishing enough on top. And, you know, give them credit for having a game plan and following that game plan. Well, I realize that we're not an experienced team. You know, everybody seems to forget. We're not the most experienced team in the world, you know, and neither is Cleveland. But people expect greatness all the time from Cleveland and from us. And, you know, when you got 2 teams that are hard-nosed, they have a lot of pride involved, hey, it's going to be a brawl. It's going to be a fight.
What a wonderful show that was.
God,
I mean, come on. That is just...
Love that stuff. If you guys don't give you goosebumps, I mean, if you've never seen a match, you got to start going. It's awesome.
But well, let's tell everybody. Now, you didn't see what the outcome was because we want to keep you tuned in for when we show it in its entirety. But just a little taste of what that was like.
And as we close here and we run our credits, we're going to show you a little graphic up there that's going to tell you exactly when you can watch it. We're going to show it 2 or 3 times. We'll be letting you know. Watch your screen. We'll see y'all next week with a regular Sports Vision.